Well, would you look at this, it's another video of somebody doing their own desk setup and showing it on YouTube. But with that in mind, did it stop me from making my own? No, it didn't, because I kind of really wanted to show you guys what I had. I know I'm hyping this up a lot, I get that. It's probably not as exciting as I'm making it out to be, but just bear with me in this moment, because I'm quite excited, because I haven't done this before, so just roll the B-roll.
Want us to feel bad? Want us to take the blame?
Locking my rope, hope that goes, tied the noose, no result, no result. From the get, ready to shoot up till I fall. By now, 20 years, it seems like my time. Banging, next to my lifeline, nobody's off to the
Now the first thing I bought was the autonomous smart frame, and I've gone for the Pro. Reason being is because I wanted something really sturdy that was going to be able to hold up to 2 monitors. I realized I was going to have a lot of items on my desk, and I needed something that was going to be able to handle the weight. Now I opted not to go with an autonomous SmartDesk, which comes with a tabletop, because I wanted something a bit more wider and a bit more robust. I figured I might as well do a bit of DIY and actually get a tabletop from Ikea or Ikea. Now from Ikea, I've gone for a Karlby worktop with a walnut veneer finish. The dimensions is 246 by 3.8 centimeters. Now this was an absolute pain to carry from the store back to my house. The actual length of the table is very wide, and I wanted this because I wanted to put multiple monitors on my desk as well as the speakers, and have a bit more space for things such as my animation tablet, my laptop, and various other pieces of items. Speaking of monitors, I've gone for the BenQ EL2870U 4K monitor. This is a 28-inch monitor with HDR capabilities. And personally speaking, one of many of the best things that I've bought for my desk setup, ideally because when it comes to gaming, this monitor is absolutely on point. It really captures the visuals of the game so well. It's very easy to look at for a long period of time. Even when it comes to working, I personally have no complaints about this monitor. I've had ideas of wanting to change my monitor at some point, but for some reason I'm really stuck with this. I enjoy having both of them, and they serve its purpose really well. That's credit down to its low blue light and zero flicker technology that prevents headaches and eye strain. You have 2 HDMI ports at the back of the monitor, and if you did not have a speaker, it comes with a built-in speaker. But if you so happen to have one, there is a headphone jack at the back of the monitor that you can connect it to. Now to hold up these 2 monitors, I've gone for the HUANUO dual monitor stand, and that comes with gas spring dual monitor arms. Now gas springs are very useful, especially when it comes to heavy lifting. They give a lot of support, especially when you want to maneuver these items, and this is ideal for the monitors that I have. Now with this HUANUO dual monitor arm, it can hold up to 6 kg per arm, which is ideal for me because my monitors weigh 5.7 kg per monitor. Now quick side note, this is actually advertised advertised to work for 13 to 27 inch monitors, and my monitor just happens to be 28 inches, but it still works perfectly fine. I can even rotate my monitors vertically to have a different orientation. Now, another strong point to this monitor arm is that it actually comes with slots at the bottom of the arm itself, and this is where you can insert your USB ports. Now, the USB ports don't exactly come with the monitor arm, you have to buy that separately. So I went ahead and bought a USB 3.0A female to a male 3-meter cable. So the male side is what I would plug into my laptop or my computer, and the female side is what I would basically leave open, and I can plug in my peripheral items into these slots, which makes everything so much more tidier and cleaner. Not to mention that there are also additional compartments that run through the arm itself where you can actually fit in cables that run to the monitors itself, also making everything look tidier. Now, there are times during the night where I want that extra sense of concentration, and so I've opted in to have a BenQ ScreenBar Plus monitor light. Now, this is great because it actually doesn't add any glare to the monitor itself, but it gives me enough light on my desk space in order to get on with my work. The dial that it comes with allows you to turn the light on and off, but it also enables you to have the ability to dim the light if you didn't want it to be so strong. Now, on top of the work desk is a Worktop Grovemade Walnut desk shelf. This works well to hide all of the cables that I don't want to show, especially the ones coming from the back of the desk itself. It comes with an extra compartment that makes things look a bit more tidier, and I guess you can kind of see that I'm going for a theme, which happens to be a wooden and black type of combination. On the desk, I've rolled out a Knodel desk pad. Now, this goes by 40 centimeters to 80 centimeters. It's made of leather and it's waterproof. This is what I call bang for your buck because the quality is absolutely amazing, especially for the price you're paying for it. Now, to add more dimension to this desk setup, I've opted in for a Phillips Hue white and color ambience LED smart light strip bundle, and this is stuck at the back of the table. Now, you have a lot of flexibility on how you want to control this. It works with Bluetooth, but it also works with Alexa, Google Assistant, and even Apple HomeKit. But in order to have that additional support, probably excluding the Bluetooth, you will need to opt in to buy a Phillips Hue Bridge 2.0. Reason being is because the Phillips Hue Bridge is the heart and the brain of the Hue system. The Bridge allows you to control all of your Phillips Hue products directly from the app. And then through the app, you can then link it to things such as Alexa or Google Home or Apple HomeKit. So in order to control my lights, I've opted in for Amazon's Echo Show 5, the second generation 2021 release smart bedside clock with Alexa and 2-megapixel camera. And I've gone for a charcoal finish because it kind of fits with the theme that I'm going for. Alexa, turn light on.
Okay.
Alexa, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now let's talk about computer peripherals. I've gone with a Keychron K2 wireless mechanical keyboard with a UK ISO layout, obviously because I'm in the UK and I'm used to using UK format. Now, Keychron does have different types of keyboards, some smaller with less keys and some larger with more keys. You have to pick exactly what's going to work for you. I decided to go for more in the middle, hence why I've gone for the K2. However, I've realized that there are some additional keys that I normally use on my laptop, which I don't have on this keyboard that I really need. So I probably am going to upgrade and go to the K4 because that is a larger keyboard with more keys, especially the keys that I need on a daily basis. I love the way this keyboard sounds when I type with it, and obviously you can see I'm going for another theme with lighting as well. So you can actually click the orange key on your keyboard and it will change the way your keys light up. Another additional point to this keyboard is that it works for various different types of devices. It can work for Windows machines and you can have a layout specifically for that, but it also comes with a plug and extra keys that you can replace to work for a Mac instead. This is what we call hot swappable. You can even raise the bottom of the keyboard by an additional 9 degrees with a lever at the bottom of the keyboard. But it is widely known that this keyboard is quite thick, and obviously using your wrist to type, after a certain period of time, you could get a bit of cramps or pains. So I would suggest getting the Keychron wooden palm rest as well, because this gives you that additional sense of height in order to feel comfortable typing for long periods of time. You can connect the keyboard to up to 3 devices and switch interchangeably to any of them using Bluetooth. You can also connect to your devices using the USB cable provided as well. Now when it comes to the mouse, I've gone for the famous well-known Logitech MX Master 2S. Now the great thing about this is it also connects to up to 3 devices using Bluetooth, but the only downside is sometimes I would prefer to connect this mouse using a cable, but the cable only works to charge the mouse. However, I've had no issues with drop off of connectivity to any of the devices I've connected my mouse to. Now let's talk about sound. I've gone for a Blue Yeti USB microphone. This is the same microphone I'm currently using to talk over the footage that I'm showing you right now. Crisp quality audio and very easy to use straight out of the box. If you ever wanted to do podcasts or do voiceovers or pretty much just record your voice for the sake of recording it, I would 100% recommend this microphone for any of these uses. Now the Blue Yeti microphone does come with a stand, however it does take up too much space on my desk, and so I've decided to go for an InnoGear microphone large stand mic arm. Now this is going to be connected to the back of my desk and it's going to extend forward to allow me to extend and detract the microphone whenever I need to use it. On top of that, I also have an InnoGear microphone pop filter, which helps me in case I wanted to say the word p so I don't have any problems. It just makes your audio sound a lot more professional. But with all of that talking, how do I hear what I am saying if I wanted to play back my audio? Well, I do have the answer to that as well, and that is the Edifier R1700BT Bluetooth bookshelf speakers. Now these speakers are so cool. If you look at the design, it fits it to the T in terms of my requirements. The side of the speakers have a wooden feel to it, and the front and the top of the speakers have a black design, which actually fits in with my requirements. The speaker has Bluetooth technology, but can also connect to your devices using a cable. You can also control the speaker using a remote control. Now yes, you can amend the bass and the treble of this speaker. However, the downside for me personally is that this speaker does lack a bit of volume. When it comes to playing games such as Call of Duty, the speaker works really fine. However, when it comes to watching shows on say Netflix, there are certain shows which are actually a lot quieter, and so I can't turn the speaker loud enough to kind of combat that. But I won't be too harsh on it because it does serve its purpose. Also, it's very nice to the fact that it fits on my desk as well. However, it's not all the time that I'm going to be using a pair of speakers. Sometimes I want to use some headphones, especially when I'm playing games, so I can get that in-game chat and that in-game audio at the same time, or when I'm recording audio and I want to hear every single detail when I'm playing back what I've recorded. And so for that, I've gone with the ARCTIS Pro Wireless. This is a fundamental part of my desk setup. Probably spend 80% of the time with these headphones on. They are so lightweight and fit on your head like a glove. It also comes with a retractable microphone, which you can pull out when you need to talk and put back in when you don't. Not to mention that there is a mute button as well. And one of the genius things about this is that it actually comes with 2 rechargeable batteries. Gone are the days where you're using your headphones in the middle of an important game and suddenly the battery dies, and you now have to plug in your headset using a cable whilst waiting for it to charge. Well, you won't have that problem with this headset because it also comes with a transmitter base station. This station you can use to switch where your headphones are connected to, whether that be your PC or your console, but it also charges the second battery at the same time. So one chargeable battery will be in your headset, and the moment that runs out, you can take it out and plug it into the base station and remove the fully charged one and then plug it straight into your headphones. Now, just to bear in mind, there is actually a newer version of this, the ARCTIS Nova Pro Wireless. With its premium high fidelity with 360 spatial audio, active noise cancellation with transparency mode. Now maybe once my pockets aren't so empty, I can probably upgrade to this. However, for now, I have no problems with the current Steel series that I'm using at the moment. Now, to have quick access to my headphones, I use the newbie stand stick-on headphones hanger. Once you pull the paper off of the sticker, you can plant the hanger directly underneath the table. Now, when it comes to doing my personal projects, I use the PC that I've built, and I do have a separate video for that about all of the parts that I have used. But when it comes to doing work for my job, I use my laptop, and I also do have my own personal laptop as well, so I actually have 2 laptops. Now, in the past, I would normally plant my laptop directly onto my desk, but the problem with this is that it did not allow enough circulation for my laptops, and there were times where there was a lot of heat generated, and because of the lack of airflow, my laptop started to kind of overheat. So to combat that, I decided to get a NULAXY laptop stand for desk. Now this is great because it gives my laptops that extra elevation, which gives the laptops that extra bit of space to push the hot air out of it from the bottom. Now, because I do animations and illustrations on my computer, I need a tablet. And no, I'm not talking about tablets like an iPad. I'm talking about a graphics tablet. And the graphics tablet that I have is the Wacom Intuos Pro Large. Yes, a larger tablet, meaning I have more space to work with. Now, I can't lie, I wanted to be a bit fancy, so I decided to get the Parblo 2-finger glove so that I can use this whilst I'm animating. I don't really sweat on my hands when I'm animating, to be honest. I don't leave any marks on my tablets, but I guess I just wanted to be cool, you know, yeah. Anyway, we can acknowledge that I do have a lot of devices on my desk. And one problem one might face is, how do we connect this all up to the PC? And how do we do it in a way where we're able to track where it's going? And how can we make it look clean and tidy? Well, that's very easy. We do this using the UGREEN USB switch 2-in 4-output USB KVM switch. By 4 output, we are able to plug in 4 of our devices directly into the KVM switch. And by 2-in, we are able to take those and plug it in to any 2 devices. So in my case, my 2 inputs would be my PC or my laptop. The KVM switch comes with a button on the top where you're able to click to switch between the 2 inputs. This means I can route all of my devices directly to my PC, or I can click the button and route them all directly to my laptop. Saves you from having to plug in random cables into different machines and trying to figure out what's plugged into what. Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest, most sought after things when it comes to a desk setup: keeping your cables tidy. So with that in mind, I would highly suggest getting cable ties. You can get simple cable ties from Amazon. I managed to get a 150 pack. I don't really need 150 cable ties, but I was able to tie up some cables to make them look pretty. I also did get the SOULWIT 50-piece self-adhesive cable management clips. So for those cables that need to run through from one side to the other, these clips are very essential to get. Yes, using the cable tidies are helpful, but these clips allow you to have them a bit more organized and sorted. The cable ties are more of a permanent solution, so when you don't need them, you have to cut them. However, the clips, you can just unclip them and reorganize the cables as you please. I also have 2 black extension leads where all of my devices that require power are connected to. And yes, this extension lead does have surge protection. That is very essential when you're plugging in many devices that require a lot of power. And all of this is kept tidy using 2 packs of cable management trays that you can easily get from any store such as Amazon. To be fair, any tray will do. You just need something that's going to hold up your cables and to hold up your extension lead as well. Also, to bring a bit more color to the desk, I've added a Bladverk plants that I got from Ikea. And this just adds that extra je ne sais quoi, you know? Now, I did not want to put my PC on the floor, but I also didn't want to put it on my desk. So I decided to buy an Alex drawer unit from Ikea as well. And this is great because, you know, it holds up my PC very well. I'm able to have some extra storage to put any form of papers or pens or lingering equipment. Going further down, I do have my camera equipment or any additional cables and so forth. Now, with all of this bearing in mind, I use the right side of my desk for my work, my personal projects, and so forth. And the left hand side of my desk for my games such as my PlayStation 5, my Xbox Series X, or my Nintendo Switch. It's taken a while to get to this point, and I've really gone from something where I thought was good enough to something where I'm really happy. And yes, there are room for improvement here and there, but this is something I can sit back and say I can sit in this room and do work or play games for long periods of time. The whole thought process behind this was to be comfortable. What other way to be comfortable by having an ergonomic chair such as the Herman Miller Aeron. This by far has to be the most comfortable chair I have ever sat on. I've spent countless hours sitting on this chair to game and to work. And to be honest, I felt a lot of improvement on my back posture. When I first got the chair, I felt very uncomfortable, but that's probably down to the fact that I used to slouch a lot on the chairs that I used earlier. I've had to learn to readjust in order to sit on this chair because it was super uncomfortable. But that was only in the beginning. Once I continued to use this chair and my back posture improved, I had no pains whatsoever. I could sit on this chair for hours and hours and hours and not even realize it. The mesh on this chair works to fit your body type. It's so surreal not to be slouching anymore and having better back posture. I used to have a gaming chair beforehand, and honestly, getting rid of it and getting this ergonomic chair was the best decision I could have thought of. So that is my complete desk setup. Now hopefully you were inspired, maybe decide to make your own or take some of my ideas and implement them into your currently existing desk setup. But whichever you choose to do, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. That would be greatly appreciated, and I hope to see you guys again soon.